Thank you, everyone. Our previous topic is because even complain that we want this presence. Let us all enjoy them.
ಸರಿ ಇದು ವಾಲ್ಯೂಮ್ ಹಾಕಿ. ಇಲ್ಲ ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಕೂತ್ಕೊಳ್ಳಿ.
I would like to now request our district president, Narendra sir, to deliver the welcome address.
In my humble pronouns, the divine legislative Bhagwan, respected Sundar sir, state spiritual coordinator, distinguished speakers for the day, office bearers, members of the Sai family, parents, teachers, and my dear grandparents, a loving Sai to all of you. At the outset, I would like to offer our humble gratitude to Bhagwan, Sri Sathya Sai Baba, for making us host this summer camp today. I am extremely happy to be standing before you to deliver the welcome address. All of us have gathered here today with some purpose of enriching ourselves with knowledge. To help us in our pursuit is a team of distinguished guests and speakers who have dedicated their precious time for our benefit. The lectures and workshops in the summer course will be very insightful sessions which could help transform one's lives for the better. At the top of my list is none other than our dear Lord Bhagwan Sri Sathya Sai Baba, who has come well in advance, taken upon himself the role of a host to make us feel welcome in his divine presence. A man covers by being humble, whose mission is to help as many people as he can with the skills that he has been bestowed, is none other than our State Spiritual Coordinator for Karnataka South, Sri Sundar sir. On behalf of the Sri Sathya Sai Seva Organization, Bangalore North, and all of us present here, I extend a warm welcome to you, sir. We are delighted to have with us the cream of the intellectual community who have graciously accepted our invitation to be present with us today and to share their insights for the welfare of the youth. On behalf of all my Sai brothers and sisters, I extend a hearty welcome to all of you. It gives me great pleasure to see the devotees, parents, and teachers who have come here offering their support to our cause. A very warm welcome to all of you. I am absolutely delighted to see so many young and energetic boys and girls present here today. While assuring you that your day will be well spent, I extend a loving welcome to each one of you. Let us all pray collectively to the Lord Almighty to give us the strength to absorb the teachings that will be imparted to us in the summer course and become fit to call ourselves the worthy instruments of our dear Swami. Thank you, Saya.
Thank you so much, sir. Our dear Swami, in his discourse, has told that the word culture or Sanskriti is a way of life, a life that has to be lived in accordance to the practice of Dharma. He has also said that spirituality is the spirit of love. It is the killing of the animal qualities that are in us and transforming the human qualities into the divine. The Sri Sathya Sai Seva organization is going all out in trying to bring these golden messages of our Lord through various programs, the summer camp being one of them. Yes, Lalita, and I take great pride in informing all my brothers and sisters assembled here that in the course of the day, our distinguished speakers will be giving us valuable information on how we can achieve our goals and make ourselves worthy individuals in the society. The first speaker for the day is none other than Sri Sundar Anantaraman sir, the State Spiritual Coordinator, Sri Sathya Sai Seva Organization, Karnataka South. Sundar sir manages a firm of his own in the area of soft skills training and mentoring, which he started with Bhagwan Baba's blessings. in the year 1995. Prior to this, he served as a marketing professional in the consumer durable industry in Bengaluru for a span of 14 years. Sundar sir has served as a guest lecturer in the Sri Sathya Institute of Higher Learning. He is a bhajan singer and has initiated a project wherein youths were trained in Rudra chanting and made to chant in the divine presence of Baba. Lalita, I would be fortunate to have sir with us today to talk to us on Indian culture and spirituality. Oh yes, definitely Lakshmi. May I now request sir to address the gathering?
Om Sri Sai Ram. My most humble pronounce the divine lotus feet of my master, Bhagwan Sri Sai Baba. My dear young friends who have assembled here for today's summer course in Indian culture and spirituality. My friend, the district president of Bangalore, North District Sri Narendra, district spiritual coordinator for North District Sri Sathya, various conveners, office bearers, Mahila coordinators, Varmikas gurus, and all who are assembled here. A loving Sai Ram to all of you. Brothers and sisters, this summer course on Indian culture and spirituality is one of the features of Sri Sathya Sai Seva organization and Sri Sathya Sai mission. Bhagwan Baba used to conduct this summer course right from the year 1972. And almost every year, barring a gap of some years in between, he used to conduct the summer course for all the students who used to assemble from all over the country. They used to come to Vrindavan and attend this summer course. And those summer courses were for the year period of 30 days. Then it was brought down to 3 weeks, then 2 weeks, then 10 days, 1 week, now 2 days. No problem. But the content is the same. The whole plate meal is now condensed to a powerful capsule. So that capsule you are going to get today. Please consume that capsule and get energized for the rest of your lives. All of you are comfortable with English? Yes? Okay. Second is, this is a summer course program and not a lecture class in a college or a school. This is a summer course program, and the summer course, it has to be interactive. Right? So I will be asking a lot of questions to you because I keep getting a lot of doubts. Right? Those doubts you only have to clear. He is not shaking his head. Yes, sir, I will check. And you also have an opportunity to ask questions. We will try to clear with Bhagwan's blessings. Now, the first topic today is Indian culture and spirituality. Right? This is the theme of this. The theme of this summer course is also Indian culture and spirituality. The first topic that we are going to learn today is Indian culture and spirituality. Before we go to Indian culture and spirituality, we should know what culture is all about. Unless we know what culture means, we cannot understand Indian culture and we cannot understand spirituality. Right? So, my first question to you, in fact, this boy is asking this question. What is Indian culture? What is your name? What is your name? Huh? Gagan. This is Gagan asking this question. See his face, see that boy's face. Say no. Next. So Gagan will keep on asking this question. Please, he will keep on asking these questions. Now and then he will come on the screen asking these And we all have to combinedly answer those questions, right? So Gagan has asked the first question. Sir, you are talking about culture. What is culture? You have to answer this. What do you think is culture?
Way of life.
Way of life is culture. Way of life, lifestyle, traditions is culture. Huh? The principle we follow is culture. If somebody says something, yeah. Disciplined behavior is culture. Disciplined behavior is culture. Customs and rituals are culture. Very good. Very good response. Anybody else? Anybody else from the girls' side? Girls or both? My God, double the boys. Please give them a hand. This is one of the features of the things I always say is that the girls and women outnumber the boys always. Okay, good. For your representation, I think the number of answers what you gave is less. Any more from the back? What is culture? Yeah.
It's just starting like we will open up.
We'll open up. Let's open up with culture. What culture is all about? Pardon? Way of thinking is culture. Way of living is culture. Tradition is culture. Way of thinking is culture. Let's come to what Swami says about culture. Well, all of you are not given wrong answers. They're all expressions of culture. But we need to understand what exactly culture means. So that tomorrow, when you practice this culture, you are very clear about what the definition is all about. Now, Swami says culture is derived from the Latin word cultus, which means refinement. Refinement is culture. She is a cultured girl. He is a cultured boy. Culture means refined. Refined means it has undergone certain purification process. So that person or that thing which has undergone a purification. For example, you have heard about refined oil. All of them, refined oil. Crude oil, refined oil. Crude oil can be cooked. Can be cooked with crude oil. You don't know. Even they will be. You do anything. So you say, yes, no. What do you know about refined oil? They know. Alma, can you cook with crude oil? No. Refined oil? Yes. Why? Because that is palatable. That is eatable. Crude oil has to undergo a process. Right? So anything culturally means refinement. That is culture. So we should understand that. Now, there are a lot of cultures. We are, as well here in University of Agricultural Sciences. There also culture, agriculture, horticulture, aquaculture, sericulture, all the cultures. So which means what? If culture is refinement, all this is also refinement. Is it clear to you? Clear or no? Okay, I'll ask you a question. Agriculture, let us, because we are present in agricultural university, we will try to understand what agricultural process involves. Agriculturally, what happens in agriculture? Pardon? Farming, very good. Then what else? After farming, you get agricultural produce. Then what happens? You get paddy, right? How many of you say, I eat paddy every day? Anybody eats paddy like that? Just right from fresh from the fields. You eat paddy? No. No. Am I right? So what should you do? Huh? Refine. How do you refine? How do you refine paddy? Remove the husk, remove the winnow, this thing, what is waste, you remove the stems and things like that. Then also you get only the grain, you remove the husk, and then you get the rice. That rice can you eat straight away? No. Then it has to be cooked. Right. So don't you think it is undergoing a process? A kg of paddy costs 2 rupees. Just 2 rupees. One kg of paddy costs 2 rupees. But 1 kg of rice is 60 or 70 rupees. Why? It is the same paddy. The rice has come from paddy only. But paddy is less costly. Rice is more costly. Why? It has undergone culturing. It has undergone refinement. So anything which is undergone a refinement, anything which has undergone a process of purification, a process of culturing, the value gets added. Okay? The value gets added. Similarly, what is happening in aquaculture, for example? Aquaculture, what is aquaculture? What is aquaculture? What is aqua? Aqua means water. Right? Hard water. No value, free of cost, is available in the roadside tap. You can drink it. You don't have to pay anything. Right? But this bottle is purified drinking water, mineral water. The ions have been removed. It is softened and made into potable drinking water. This costs 20 rupees. Free of cost is hard water. So it has undergone a process. This is called as aquaculture. Is it clear? So similarly, everything, sericulture, from sericulture, silk is made. What is the cost of silk sarees? They know better. You pay and they buy. Right? We all pay. They enjoy it. So how much the silk saree cost? At least 50,000 rupees. The more the better. Right? 50,000 policy, I'll buy one for 75,000. And your debit card only will get. So what I'm trying to say here is raw silk less costly. Silk saree more costly. Right? So why silk saree is costly? It has undergone a refinement, it has undergone a purification. So anything which is refined is culture. Okay. Gagan is not happy with that answer. He wants some more examples. Like for example, raw gold. Raw gold is not at all costly. Right? But jewelry, wow, at least 1 lakh rupees. 1 lakh rupees. And with this kind of design, more. A metal has got no value, but a watch, at least 3,000 rupees. So, value addition. Now, in the case of all these products, what is happening is value gets added. Right. Gagan is asking the second question. What is that question, Gagan? I'll keep asking you because you keep coming in this line. I'm not asking you, you are asking. You are asking on behalf of everybody. You are trying to answer. Don't worry. Okay. What is human culture? You are talking about sericulture, agriculture, and all that. I want human beings, sir. Or I don't have any connection with aquaculture or horticulture and all that. No, I eat all that. Right? But I am a human being. I want to know what is human culture. What is the difference between agriculture, horticulture, and all these cultures which we discussed, and human culture? What is the difference? The answer is in a picture, and you have to tell me what you can understand from this. I want you to answer. I guess definitely all the Bharatikas, Gurus, and all the Seva girls and conveners can easily answer. I want the youth to answer this question. Yes, sister. When I mean sister, I mean youngster. Don't see time, you are my sister, it's not possible. When I say generally, Indians are my brothers and sisters. No? In that's a culture. Yeah. So I'm saying, for sister, don't worry. Sister means anybody is a sister, right? Even she is a sister, young girl is also a sister. All Indians are my brothers and sisters. He is also my brother. Right? Now, tell me. I have asked you a question. What do you get from this? What do you understand from this? ಈ ಚಿತ್ರ ನೋಡಿದ್ರೆ ಏನು ನಿಮಗೆ ಅರ್ಥ ಆಗ್ತಾ ಇದೆ? Are you comfortable with English? I can see some blank faces. That's why I'm asking. Yeah, exactly. Very good. Please give her a mic. Is it possible? Give a mic, please. Pass the mic.
First one is it is not sculpted, so it has no value. But the other picture is of Sai Baba that is sculpted. So when the stone is not sculpted, it has no value. So the human culture is to shape our behavior. That we have to be humble to everyone.
Very good. Please give her a hand. Very good. Nice answer, but not exact. I want an exact answer. Anybody else? Anybody else? Very good answer. What's your name? Shravya. Very good answer, Shravya. Anybody else, please? Quickly, yeah.
The first one is when we see that stone, we not get any divine. Just we see as a when it's sculpted to a Baba, we see it as like it is something is there in the divine.
Okay. Something is there given in the rock.
Uh,
The rock got transformed into Shirdi Baba idol. So you no more see the rock, you see Shirdi Baba. Or you see God or divinity. Very good, please give her a hand. But I want to know what is the process. Like agriculture has gone into process. So what is the process here? Sizzling of what? So it's a bar because Gurus don't understand. See, anyway, go ahead.
Testing of the unwanted portions, because even before Shirdi Baba exists in that stone, but that sculptor finds out and then he removes that unwanted portion and it becomes that.
Now we are able to understand. The difference is Shirdi Baba is already there in that. So how should we bring up Shirdi Baba? What is not the Shirdi Baba, you have to remove. Which means not what is not God's quality, you have to remove. What is not human quality, you have to remove. Is it clear? Right? So, what is human culture? Gagan asked me the question. Human culture is we should remove unwanted qualities. We should remove that what is not required. Waste qualities, unproductive qualities, evil qualities, negative qualities, if we remove, already existing value is there. Human are already existing with value. You don't have to add any value for human beings. Whereas in agriculture, there is no value. You add value by a process. A process again, 100% value is already there in humans. So how do we define? How do we get culture? ಯಾವುದು ಬೇಡದೇ ಇರುವ ಗುಣಗಳನ್ನ ನಾವು ತೆಗೆಸಿ ಬಿಸಾಕಿದ್ರೆ existing values will come. Like, for example, there is sunshine today. Supposing there is a cloud. What happens? The sun gets covered, isn't it? The sun gets covered. You think that there is no sun today? I mean, ಬೆಳಗ್ಗೆ ಆಗಿಲ್ವಪ್ಪ ಇನ್ನ ರಾತ್ರಿ ಇದೆ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳಕ್ಕಾಗಲ್ಲ. Sun is there, but the cloud is covering. When the cloud gets removed, the clouds get moved, the already existing sunshine will shine brightly. Similarly, what is not required if we remove already existing 100% human value will come out. That is human culture. So, the basic difference, Gagan, since you asked me the question, the basic difference between horticulture, sericulture, aquaculture, and agriculture and human culture is, in case of agriculture, sericulture, and all that, it is value addition. Value addition. Human culture, waste elimination. No value addition is required because value is already there. We have to only remove what is not required. Is this clear to you? So culture is refinement. Culture is culturing. Culture also involves purification. Culture involves processing. The processing of human culture where waste is removed so that value gets manifest. Right? Okay. So Gagan is happy with the answer? Good. No, again, last the third question. I have heard about civilization. You are talking about culture. I am more interested in knowing civilization. Do you think civilization and culture are same? This is the third question Gagan is asking. Is it same? Civilization is a very common word which we have heard. So, is civilization and culture the same? What is it? What is the answer? All the questions which Gagan asked, I asked you. Yeah, please.
Culture and civilization are different because culture is what we have, what we follow, but civilization is what we have.
Is it that or opposite of that? Civilization is what do you
Have.
what do you have? Okay.
Culture is what we
Culture is what we do. Okay. Good. Okay. Anybody else can give any other answer? Is culture and civilization same? Why are this crowd is remaining silent? Culture and civilization ಒಂದಾ ನಾಗರಿಕತೆ ಮತ್ತೆ ಸಂಸ್ಕೃತಿ ಎರಡು ಒಂದಾ ಅಲ್ಲ ಯಾರು ಹೇಳಿದ್ರು ಅಲ್ಲ ನೀವಲ್ಲಮ್ಮ ನನಗೆ ಇವತ್ತು ಬೇಕಾಗ್ತದೆ ನೀವು ಹೇಳಿ I want to know what is the difference between civilization and culture. Okay. Yeah.
Civilization is more of a settlement of humans, which is actually based around a particular culture. Like Incans have their own civilization based on the Incan culture, and similarly we have the Indus Valley civilization that's based on the Hindu culture and stuff like that. So I think civilization is formed because of culture formed by a lot of people.
Okay. Civilization is formed based on culture. That's what Srijan says. But is civilization and culture same?
No.
No. Okay. Difference between civilization and culture. Civilization and culture are not the same. There is a difference between civilization and culture. Let us not assume that civilization and culture are the same. No, there is a difference. Now, what we understand is culture and civilization. Civilization means having better ways of living. Art of living is civilization. Like dress, like hairstyle, like the jewelry which we wear, right? Like the bike one that we use, the technology that we use, the lifestyle changes is all civilization. Technology advancement is all civilization. But culture is the art of life. Civilization is art of living. Culture is art of life. Civilization is standard of living. How much of salary you are getting, how much of money you are making, how much of profit you are making, what kind of standard of living you have, in what area you are staying, what is the type of car you are having, what is the type of bike you are having, which mobile are you using. All this indicates standard of living. That's civilization. But standard of life is culture. What thoughts are you having? How is your behavior? How is your character? These are all standard of life. It connects to life, not living. So, life go living go difference ಇದೆ. Life is more culture oriented. Living is more civilization oriented. Civilization is connected to life, living, and culture is connected to life. We will see. You will not understand merely by this. If you see some pictures, you will understand. Don't think this only is civilization. I am only giving you graphical, illustrative examples of civilization and culture. The man with kurta is representing culture, Indian culture. Whereas the person with Bermuda and the dog, taking the dog early morning for a walk, represents civilization. Why do you take? How many of you have pet dogs in their houses? How many of you? Only two. Only 2 out of 100. Boys, nobody has got 3. Only so much? Good. Why do you have pet dogs and why do you take it out every day? that dog? Why do you take your dog every day? For fun. I take it for fun. Fun. Fun for whom? Fun for the dog or fun for you? Fun for you, not for the dog. For him also, for me also. For him and you. Okay. Fun at what cost? Fun at what cost? I play with them every morning also, I play, every evening also. Okay, good. Do you walk like this? Well, go down. No, it's okay. Nothing wrong. Civilization. But what is happening today is, brothers and sisters, don't mistake me. In humble pronounce to those who are having their pet dogs. Why do we take the dog out? So that my home is clean. Even if the highway and the roads where you are walking is damaged, also no problem. BBFP is there to take care. Why don't we pay taxes? Shouldn't it? Look at the let them think. Wrong. This is civilization. To think at the level of, I'm not saying you, please don't restrict me. You don't do it to clean it. But if you do the same in Singapore, you get arrested. You do this in USA, New York, you will be reprimanded. You do this in Bangalore, no problem. Why? Culture. Culture ಎಲ್ಲಿಂದ ಬಂತು? ನಮ್ಮ ದೇಶದಿಂದ ಬಂದಿಲ್ಲ. What happens here is culture. What you ingrain from others is civilization. You will understand better when we discuss about more examples of civilization and culture. Now, this man, for example, I don't know who he is. I'm not talking about cricketer as such. I'm just giving an example. His hairstyle represents culture. I'm not saying his culture. We don't know what his culture is. The other man represents latest trendy. They say, oh, trendy. What is trending? Trendy like hairstyle is civilization. All this happens with you. Why kind of hairstyle we cannot have any trend at all. Only one trend is losing more hair every day, right? But you all guys can have trendy lifestyle. So the trendy hairstyle is culture or civilization? Civilization. So civilization and culture is projected, is manifested by the way we dress, the way we walk, the way we communicate, the way we talk, the way we interact, the way we handle problems. Everything is reflected. Culture and civilization is reflected. But my friends, what we need to understand is that culture operates at three levels. Three levels. Physical, mental, and spiritual. A person may be civilized, he may not have culture. A person may be cultured, he may or may not have civilization. For example, if you say the slum dwellers don't have any civilization because they are economically poor, they cannot buy good clothes, they cannot afford to have a hairstyle like that, they are uncultured. You say that they are uncultured. By their actions, they are sitting in straight line in a disciplined way and eating their food. That is more cultured. Whereas a person who is supposed to be cultured or civilized, who is having more money, etc., can behave in a very rude manner, crude manner. In a rustic way, they can behave. If they behave like that, they are civilized, but they are not cultured. Is it clear to you? Do you have any questions? If you have any questions, please ask me. Because there will be time for question and answer session also. But if you have any questions, please ask me. Then and there also, it's okay. I welcome that. Because don't have a doubt and carry on with that doubt. Even take pressure for your own life. Right? So one person may be poor. He may not have money. He is living in poor, shabby clothes, and all that civilized man has. But civilization operates at two levels. Civilization operates at senses, body and mind. Now, Indriyalu, Deha Sukha. What is comfortable to me? I need an AC, for example, that is comfortable. Civilization. I need warmth. I need more air. I buy a fan. Civilization. I need cool water. Civilization. I need a refrigerator. Civilization. All these gadgets, all these automobiles, hospital, everything is civilization. Why? Comfort for the body, comfort for the mind, and senses. Try to understand. I'm going very slowly. A culture operates at three levels: physical, mental, spiritual, body, mind, heart. Heart aspect is taken into consideration when you are cultured. Whereas civilization takes into cognizance only at the level of psychology or mind or comfortable to wear. They may or may not take into account the values which is generated from your heart. Values are there in the heart. You may or may not consider the aspect of values. You may or may not consider the aspect of heart. So the spiritual aspect is completely neglected. If it is not neglected and yet civilized, then you are cultured and civilized. Is it clear? You are cultured and civilized. That is an ideal position. You must be cultured and civilized. You can be civilized because we are living in this world today, in the jet age, generation X. Right? We are living in this world with artificial intelligence and chat GPT and all that. You can't say, I will go back to my village and ride only bicycle. No, you can't say like that. You can buy, you can be civilized, no problem. But don't leave your culture. The main objective of today's program is that every other topic we are going to discuss today has got the undercurrent of Indian culture and spirituality because that is the theme of the summer course. Any questions? Any questions, Gagan? Gagan has got one more question. Okay, you talked about civilization, you talked about culture and all. I totally understood. But what is the greatness of Indian culture? You say Indian culture and spirituality. What is so great about Indian culture? Anybody? You can also answer, okay, Gagan, so just because you asked the question doesn't mean that you should keep mark. You can answer the question. What is the greatness of Indian culture? Bharatiya Samskriti. See, Swami Bhagavan always says Bharatiya Samskriti. Our Indian culture is Bharatiya Samskriti. Samskriti is fine. Bharatiya Samskriti again. So that you must understand, brothers and sisters, you are all very young. All of you must be very clear and proud about Indian culture. First of all, you should know about Indian culture. We know better about foreign culture. And you are already adopting foreign culture. No wrong. Jolly well do it. But don't forget your culture. How can I not forget your culture? First, you should know what your culture is. First, you should know the greatness of Indian culture. Then you can think about accepting the culture and adopting your own culture. Like, so what is greatness of Indian culture? Swami Bhagavan answers this question. He says, Indian culture is very ancient. Do you know this? The age of Indian culture dates back thousands of years ago. Ramayana happened in this land 10,000 years ago. Before that is the Vedic culture. So about 25,000 years ago, that is why it was Sanatana Dharma. Eternal Dharma is called Sanatana Dharma, is ancient. So Indian culture is one of the ancient culture. No other culture is so ancient like Indian culture. First of all, you should understand that. Secondly, the Vedas have been the very life principle of spiritual life. Brother chanted very nicely Samara Sutra. Where did the Vedas originate from? Indian constitution, Indian culture, right? It did not originate in Germany. Germans followed Indian Vedas more vigorously than India, unfortunately. Vedic man called Max Muller was in Germany. Right? He wanted to appoint a secretary to his office. He was a big man. He knows all the Vedas. So there is one person who came for the interview. He was standing there in the interview. His name was Chaturvedi. What is Chaturvedi means? A person who has mastered 4 Vedas is called as Chaturvedi. A person who has mastered 3 Vedas is called as Trivedi. A mastered only 2 Vedas is called as Trivedi, Chaturvedi. So one person came for the position of secretary to Max Muller, right? In Germany, Indian. So Max Muller, knowing that he is an Indian, knowing Chaturvedi, he did not sit in his cabin. He came out to the reception. He asked, "Who is Chaturvedi?" Sir, please come inside. He asked Chaturvedi to please come inside and made him sit down and gave a glass of water. Say water. He gave him a glass of water and said, "Sir, Chaturvedi was doing all the Vedas. Can you chant one sutta?" One sutta. You know, I came for a personal secretary. Sir, your name is Chaturvedi. So what? My father kept my name. I don't know what Chaturvedi means. When he got disappointed, asked him to get out of his office. Name is Chaturvedi. He doesn't know Gandhar Gurudilla to Veda. Yenu Gurudilla. This is what's happening. So you don't say Germans are more. India, it happened in India, brother, sisters, originated in India long back. And that tradition is continuing till my brother will also continue. It has already traveled this long. So that even in agriculture university, we are chanting Vedam in summer rooms. What started off by rishis, they saw the mantras. They didn't write the mantra. Who is the composition of Vedas? Who wrote Vedas? Any textbook will have Vedic or this thing. Anybody wrote? No. Apaurushya. Our mantra drashtas. What is mantra drashtas? They saw the mantras. They were able to cognize the mantras. And these mantras have got potency to solve any health problem, any mental problem, any problems, any ills of the society. So much of power is there in these mantras. That is why they are called as seers. Seer. Sage who seer who Vidyasati. Sage is a person who chants the Veda. When does he become a seer? Seer means the one who saw. See. ನೋಡಿದ್ದಾರೆ ಯಾವುದನ್ನು ನೋಡಿದ್ದಾರೆ ಮಂತ್ರವನ್ನು ನೋಡಿದ್ದಾರೆ ಆ ಮಂತ್ರವನ್ನು ನೋಡಿಬಿಟ್ಟು they cognize all that and then they chant they told 1 2 3 4 disciples then they gave the Veda mantra to other devotees. They declared Vedahavedam Purusham Mahantam Aditya Varnam Tamasah Parasta ಅಂತ ಹೇಳಿದ್ರು. ಕಾನ್ಫಿಡೆಂಟ್ ಆಗಿ ಹೇಳಿದ್ರು, I saw God. Rishis, I saw God. Oprana, ಎಲ್ಲರೂ who were doing meditation, they said, I saw God. How does God looks? Like the crow sons, Vedahavedam Purusham Mahantam Aditya Varnam. Aditya means sun. Aditya Varnam color. Tamasah Parasta, beyond ignorance and darkness. I saw that magnificent God myself. Then they pronounce it Vedahavedam. So what I'm trying to say to you is, Swami says sacred Vedas as the originate Bharat. Not only that, Bharat does not say, I want all the people in North District to be happy, all the people in the Samiti to be happy, all those who have come to Samarpur should be happy and healthy. We don't limit our prayer to like that. We pray for the whole world. ಬೆಂಗಳೂರಲ್ಲೆಲ್ಲ ಚೆನ್ನಾಗಿರ್ಬೇಕು, ಸಂಜಯನಗರೆಲ್ಲ ಚೆನ್ನಾಗಿರ್ಬೇಕು ಸ್ವಾಮಿ. ನಮ್ಮ ದೊಡ್ಡ ಬೊಮ್ಮಸಂದ್ರದಲ್ಲಿ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಎದುರೆಲ್ಲ ಚೆನ್ನಾಗಿರ್ಬೇಕು ಅಲ್ಲ. ಇಡೀ ಬ್ಯಾಂಗ್ಳೂರ್ ಅಲ್ಲ, ಇಡೀ Karnataka ಅಲ್ಲ, ಇಡೀ ದೇಶ ಅಲ್ಲ, ಇಡೀ ವರ್ಲ್ಡ್. ಲೋಕ ಸಮಸ್ತ ಸುಖಿನೋ ಭವಂತು. ವಾಟ್ ಡಸ್ ಇಟ್ ಮೀನ್? ಎಂಟೈರ್ ಲೋಕ ಚೆನ್ನಾಗಿರ್ಬೇಕು. ಪಾಕಿಸ್ತಾನ ಇರಲಿ, ಬಾಂಗ್ಲಾದೇಶ ಇರಲಿ, ಜರ್ಮನಿ ಇರಲಿ, ಆಸ್ಟ್ರೇಲಿಯಾ ಇರಲಿ, ಯಾರು ಬೇಕಾದ್ರೆ ಶತ್ರು ಇರಲಿ, ಮಿತ್ರರು ಇರಲಿ, ಎಲ್ಲರೂ ಚೆನ್ನಾಗಿರ್ಬೇಕು ಅಂತ ಒಂದೇ ಉದ್ದೇಶ only Indians have got. Please be proud of that. Nobody has got it. That is why even in the peak of COVID, when India manufactured vaccination, we not only gave to all the vaccination to our country, we gave it to the entire world. Whoever wants to go up, prasada tagolli ante free ah kotti. Sri Lanka did not have money. Come on, take it free. As they don't worry about the money. Save your country anta. ಯಾರಿಗೆ ಬಂದಿದೆ ಆ ಬುದ್ಧಿ? Only Indians have got it. Is it clear to you? Right? So let us now chant together Samasta Loka Sukhino Bhavantu 3 times. Samasta Loka Sukhino Bhavantu. Samasta Loka Sukhino Bhavantu. Okay. Samasta Loka Sukhino Bhavantu. You are praying for the welfare of every living being in the world, not only humans, including dogs and monkeys and animals also. Every living being. This is the greatness of Indian culture. Again, ask me, what is greatness of Indian culture? The second point again is, one is Vedas, second is Samasta Loka Sukhino Bhavantu. Third, most important for all the youngsters. What is written there? Parent. What is written in the mantra there?
Matru Devo Bhava, Pitru Devo Bhava, Acharya Devo Bhava, Atithi Devo Bhava.
Do you know the meaning of this? Huh? Yeah, you know the meaning? Tell me. What is Matru Devo Bhava mean?
Mother is God.
Mother is God. Please give me a hand. Pitru Devo Bhava. Mother is God. Yes, then.
Both parents are God.
God is there. Atithi Deva Bhava is Acharya Deva Bhava means teacher or anybody who mentors you, who trains you, gives you training. Yes, then next. Atithi Deva means yes. Please give him a hand. Yes. So this is the culture of Bharat. All youngsters should know. This is from Vedas straight away. Mother is God, father is God, right? And Guru is God. Guru is teacher. You are not teachers of God. And then Atithi Deva. Anybody comes to your house, you have to treat him as God. This is Indian culture. Now, Matru Deva Bhava, Pitru Deva Bhava. We say parent. Swami says parent. Yes, sir. Yes, ಬಾಡಿಗೆ ಕೊಡಬೇಕು. ದುಡ್ಡಿನ ಬಾಡಿಗೆ ಅಲ್ಲ. ಬಾಡಿಗೆ ಹೇಳಿದ ಕೂಡಲೇ we go back to money ಅಂತ. No, it's not money. Rent of gratitude. Yeah, selfless love. Selfless love. And that comes from gratitude. What is gratitude? Gratitude means, huh? Oh, I see. Selfless love is what you show, but gratitude means kritanyate. And our Veda says, if you don't have kritanyate, you will lose your eyesight. I'm not trying to scare you. Don't think that I'm trying to scare you. You know why? Because in the prayer itself it says that person who does not have gratitude, not necessarily parents, ಇವರಿಂದ ಸಹಾಯ ಆಗಿದೆ, ಇವನ್ನ ಮರೆತು ಬಿಟ್ಟು ನೀವು ಇವತ್ತು ಜೊತೆನೆ ಗಲಾಟೆ ಮಾಡಿದ್ರೆ, ಜಗಳ ಆಡಿದ್ರೆ ನಿಮ್ ಕಣ್ಣ ದೃಷ್ಟಿ ಹೊರಟೋಗುತ್ತೆ ತಕ್ಷಣ. ಇಟ್ ಇಸ್ ಓವರ್ a period of time. How does it happen? Why does it happen? Please realize this. This is Indian culture. There is a sloka in Aditya Hridayam says, which has got 3 prayers which Bhagavan says. One is in the sloka, in the prayer, 3 sentences come. One is Tamajnaya Maha. Second is Himadvinajnaya Maha. Third is Kritajnaya Maha. Third, three clear. Tamajnaya Maha, we pray to Sun God, oh God, Sun God, you go away. When you come, when you rise, darkness goes away, right? The night goes and day comes. So when you rise, ನೀವು ಮೇಲೆ ಬಂದಾಗ ಹುಟ್ಟಿ ಬಂದಾಗ ಸೂರ್ಯ ಕತ್ತಲೆ ಹೋಗುತ್ತೆ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳ್ತಾರೆ. ಕರೆಕ್ಟ್. ಸೆಕೆಂಡ್ ಹಿಮಂತನ ಜ್ಞಾನಮ. ಹಿಮ ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಹಿಮಾಲಯಾಸ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಇರುವಂತ ಫಾಗ್ ಇದೆಯಲ್ಲ, ಇದು when the sun rises, because of the heat, the sun, the Himalaya fog, the ice melts. So himantana gnanama, the melt will, the mist and the fog will go away. Third is kritanya gnanama. ಯಾರು ಕೃತಜ್ಞರು ಇದ್ದಾರೋ, ಯಾರು ಅನ್ಗ್ರೇಟ್ಫುಲ್ ಆಗಿದ್ದಾರೋ, ಕೃತಜ್ಞತೆ ಇಲ್ಲದೆ ಇರೋರು ಇದ್ದಾರೋ, ಯಾರು ಗ್ರಾಟಿಟ್ಯೂಡ್ ಇಲ್ಲದೆ ಇರೋರು ಅವ್ರನ್ನ ನೀವು ಹೊರಟೋಗ್ತೀರಾ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳ್ಬಿಟ್ಟು ಸೂರ್ಯನಿಗೆ ಹೇಳ್ತಾ ಇದ್ದೀವಿ. ಸೂರ್ಯ. How does it matter? Solar energy is present in our eyes, brothers and sisters. The radiance in the eyes is solar energy. There is a connection between mind and the moon, and there is a connection between the solar energy and eyes. So when we say that you go away, you become blind. You lose your eyesight. Why? Because of your ingratitude attitude. That is why we always say you must have the attitude of gratitude. This applies not only to parents, but fundamentally to parents. If you don't have the gratitude to parents, you're gone. Your life is damaged permanently. So the first person who has to pay rent of gratitude is your parents. Then your teachers who gave you knowledge, and the person who comes to your house for as guests. So treat them as God. This is the third value of Indian culture. Next is India's Swami says, Baba says, India's got a lot of scientists. The Agni missiles and the light missiles and the fire missiles was not discovered by today's scientists. Vishwamitra was the greatest scientist. Vishwamitra lived 12,000 years ago, 15,000 years ago. He discovered light missiles and fire missiles. He was the greatest Vedic scientist, says Baba, and he gave all those missiles to Rama to kill Ravana. Because all the demons were annihilated, not because of anything else, but because of the weapons given by Vishwamitra as gift to Lord Rama, who used these missiles, Agni missile and light missile. So Vishwamitra was a greatest scientist. Not only that, even arithmetic was discovered in India. You ask, like, arithmetic came from America. No. We came to Romans. Romans learned arithmetic from Indians. Be proud about your culture, dear brothers and sisters, young friends. Be proud about your culture. If you want to be proud, you should know what is Indian culture. Only when you know what is Indian culture, you can be proud of. Right? Now, let's go to the next. What is happening today? All these cultural advantages are there, but what is happening today? Brothers and sisters, just like the water which flows from top to down, right? It goes down. Our generation today, all of us, I am not taking only the youngsters, we only pick up low aspects of Western civilization. I am not talking about culture, because every culture is good. Even Western culture is good, where we are not focusing on Western culture, but we are picking up low Western civilization. That which is not good, we are picking up that. Why? Because it is convenient for our body, it is convenient for our senses, it is convenient for our mind. It doesn't take into account the spiritual angle or the angle of the heart. It takes into cognizance only the physical comfort, sexual pleasure, and because of that, we are blindly following Western civilization. How is it? I want to give you one anecdote here. What is happening? I'll give you some example. Mother's Day. We celebrated Mother's Day, I think, a week back. How many of you celebrated Mother's Day? Nobody celebrated. No one celebrated. Correct. Mother's Day is not in India, brothers and sisters. It came from Western countries. It is not in India at all. It is not in Indian culture. Why? Because in India, Baba says every day is a Mother's Day. You don't have to celebrate once in a year as Mother's Day. But it came from US or Western countries. Why? Because those people don't stay with their mothers and fathers. At the age of 17 in USA, you have to stay independently. At the age of 17, you have to stay independently. ಮನೇಲಿ ಇರಬಾರ್ದು ಹೊರಗಡೆ ಹೋಗಿ ನೀವೇ ಇವತ್ತು ದುಡ್ಡು ಕೊಟ್ಟು ನೀವು ಏನ್ ಮಾಡ್ಬೇಕು ಗೊತ್ತಿಲ್ಲ ಮನೇಲಿ ಇರಬಾರ್ದು ತಂದೆ ತಾಯಿ ಜೊತೆಲಿ ಇರಬಾರ್ದು ಹೊರಗಡೆನೆ ಇರಬೇಕು. So what they do? They live away from their parents. So once in a year, wherever they are, they come and see their parents and say Mother's Day. ಅವರಿಗೆ ಡಯಾಬಿಟಿಸ್ ಇದ್ದೇನೋ ಅವರಲ್ಲಿ ಬಾಯಲ್ಲಿ ಸ್ವೀಟ್ ಮಾಡ್ಬಿಟ್ಟು ಸೆಲ್ಫಿ ತಗೊಂಡು Instagram. That's all. And I just say that I have celebrated Mother's Day. You don't know 25% of what mother has experienced to give birth to you. You don't have any knowledge about what difficulty she has undergone. And most of you, I'm not saying sorry, most of you get what. Most of us, what we do, we admit them to old age homes and we go to foreign countries with 2 dogs. That is why in foreign countries today, they love dogs more than parents. I think the Kanu that in Malaysia, Thailand, and all that. You have to take care of your parents, otherwise you'll be accident. You take care of your dog, why not your parents? Right? I'll give you one instance. Because some of you are youngsters here today, you must understand this. Parents give you a lot of money, encourage you. They don't know, you don't know the difficulties they are going. Right? And they try to teach you, give education and all that. But later on you forget them. What is happening? I'll give you one personal anecdote. Personal anecdote is it? It is not a story, it is an anecdote, a personal history happened in our own country. A person who is a great officer, IAS officer, had one son. One son. Buddha he gave all the money to him. Right? That boy, I'll go slightly faster because we have more slides to cover. Right? He wanted to give every education to that boy. That boy became a doctor. Then he went to US. He did the MS surgery, MD, then he settled out there. This man was an IAS officer, no? As long as he was having service, he had power, health, position, everything. Money into driver, into money into ella into. Right? He was not feeling anything. So once he retired, a car is gone, the driver is gone, he had shifted to another place with giving rent and things like that. All the power and wealth and position has all gone. But his only son, he has not come back. He came in. Now what happened? This man, because of the worry, is not come. He has gone there, married there, and settled down there, running a very good practice. He's having a growing practice. Because when he was learning money, he forgot the parents also. He was staying there. This man developed fever, this man developed diseases in the body. Right? And one day, he passed away. The father passed away. What will you do if you are in the doctor's position? What will you do for that? This is
That's the total of civilization.
I want to know what will you do if you are a doctor's person?
Yes, last what I.
No, I want to know what will you do when you are a
I would
doctor's
have
person?
come back and try to serve.
How many of you will come back from US? Definitely. This boy did not come back. These people. He did not come back. Instead, he telephoned to the neighbor and said, okay. Simply said, okay. ಅಂತ್ಯಕ್ರಿಯೆ ಮಾಡ್ಬಿಡಿ. ಎಷ್ಟು ಅಮೌಂಟ್ ಆಗಿದೆ ನೀವು ಕೈಯಿಂದ ಕೊಡ್ಬೇಕು. ನೀವು ಕೈಯಿಂದ ಕೊಡ್ಬೇಕು. ಗೂಗಲ್ ಪೇ ನಾನು ಕಳಿಸ್ತೀನಿ ಸರ್. ದಯವಿಟ್ಟು what is it happening without church? That is what I am saying. Like the water flows easily to the lower levels, we are picking up wrong values, misplaced values, and lifestyles from our Western civilization, Western culture, and spoiling ourselves, forgetting our own culture, forgetting our Matru Bhava. Take a pledge. Take a pledge today before you go, that you will take care of your parents, brothers and sisters. Take a pledge in your heart. This is what is happening. I want to share a light anecdote so that it triggers compassion. However bad they be, food they are good, they are good. So what I'm trying to say here is, let us not pick the what is spirituality is all about. I want to know what spirituality is. Cultural spirituality the same? Yes, culture and spirituality is same. Swami says, in my view, there is no difference between culture and spirituality. It is interconnected. Because without spirituality, there is no culture. Because you are involving the spirit, the heart, the spiritual aspect also in culture. Civilizationally, only two aspects: mind and body, senses. But in culture, you are involving spirit. So spirituality. If what is spirituality? Try to finish off. What is spirituality, please? I want to know what is spirituality. Please don't sit now. I want to know what spirituality is about. What is spirituality?
Connecting your higher self.
Connecting to your higher self. Slightly difficult to understand. I want a simpler answer. What is spirituality?
Every individual has their own inner qualities. Because we are sitting here around 400 people who don't have same capability.
Yeah.
So you have to come out with your inner potential outside. It is a spirit. Ultimate goal of your purpose or whatever my purpose is to connect your higher self. That is what Sai Baba did that acceptance now to globally. That is the every individual capability, but nobody knows that. So that is the spirit. How much potential you are having in your inner side. That is correct. When you connect the spirit, spiritual level, that will come out.
Okay, please give him a hand. What exactly is spirituality? I want more girls to participate because they are 3 times more than the boys. 3 times more than the boys. What is spirituality? Yes, I forgot your name. Huh? Sathya, can you answer what is spirituality?
Spirituality is the qualities that we have.
That means if I have copy quality in example, that is spirituality. That is a copy I have, or copy. Spirituality. All the qualities that you have is spirituality.
Good qualities.
Good quality. Okay, anybody else? What is spirituality? ದೇವಸ್ಥಾನ ಹೋಗೋದು ತೆಂಗಿನಕಾಯಿ ಹೊಡೆಯೋದು, ಯುಗಾದಿ ಹಬ್ಬ ಅಂತ ದೇವಸ್ಥಾನಕ್ಕೆ ಹೋಗೋದು, ಸಂಕ್ರಾಂತಿ ಹಬ್ಬ ದೇವಸ್ಥಾನಕ್ಕೆ ಹೋಗೋದು, ಸ್ಪಿರಿಚುವಾಲಿಟಿ. What is spirituality? Brother? What is spirituality? Okay, I ask you, supposing your clothes gets dirty, what will you do? Oh, all of you had a bath today? Yeah. All of you will wash your hands before taking food. Why should we wash our hands? Why should we wash our clothes? And why should we wash our face? Why? Because to remove the dirt. The dirt that you can see, you are removing. Because you are able to see. Supposing a billy bit actually. I will immediately wash it because I don't wear it. I don't want others to say, culture civilization. No. That's why people wear dark shirts. You know why people wear dark shirts? Because ಎಷ್ಟು ಕೊಳೆ ಇದೆ ಅಂತ ಗೊತ್ತಾಗೋದು. ಸತ್ಯಸಾಯಿ ಸೇವಾ ಸಂಸ್ಥೆಯಲ್ಲಿ ಎಲ್ಲರೂ ಬಿಳಿ ಬಟ್ಟೆ ಆಗ್ತಾರೆ. ಯಾಕಂದ್ರೆ ಸ್ವಲ್ಪ ಒಂದು ಚುಕ್ಕೆ ಒಂದು ಸ್ಪಾಟ್ ಇದೆ ಅಂತ ಗೊತ್ತಾಗುತ್ತೆ. ಸೊ ನಮ್ಮ ದೋಷ ನಮಗೆ ಗೊತ್ತಾಗಬೇಕು. That is culture. You get my point, no? So, what is spirituality is cleaning your mind and heart is spirituality. Cleaning your mind and heart is spirituality. ನಿಮ್ಮ ದೇಹದಲ್ಲಿ ಕೊಳೆ ಇದ್ರೆ ಸ್ನಾನ ಮಾಡಬಹುದು, ಮನಸ್ಸಲ್ಲಿ ಕೊಳೆ ಇದ್ರೆ ನಾನು ಮನಸ್ಸನ್ನ ತೆಗೆದುಬಿಟ್ಟು ವಾಷಿಂಗ್ ಮಷೀನ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಹಾಕ್ಬಿಟ್ಟು ಮತ್ತೆ ಫಿಕ್ಸ್ ಮಾಡ್ತೀನಿ ಸರ್. They will fix it back. Is it possible? Then there is no need for spirituality. Yes, okay. How do you wash your brain? How do you not brain? How do you wash your mind? How do you wash your heart, which is full of dirt, which others are able to feel, you are not able to feel. Cleaning process of the mind is spirituality. Chittasya suddhaye karma. ನಿಮ್ಮ ಮನಸ್ಸನ್ನು ಕ್ಲೀನ್ ಮಾಡುವಂತ ವಿಧಾನ ಇದೆಯಲ್ಲ, ದಟ್ ಇಸ್ ಆಧ್ಯಾತ್ಮಿಕ. ಅದರಲ್ಲಿ ಪೂಜೆ, ಭಜನೆ, ದೇವಸ್ಥಾನ ಹೋಗೋದು, ಇಲ್ಲ ಸತ್ಕರ್ಮ ಮಾಡೋದು, ಸೇವೆ ಮಾಡೋದು, ಇದೆಲ್ಲ ಬರ್ಬಿಡ್ತದೆ. ಬಟ್ when you do all these things, your mind is getting clean unconsciously without your knowledge, and that improves your culture. Right? See this man? Though he is civilized, he has got a dog head. It is a head of the dog, which means his behavior is like a dog. Though he is civilized, he is putting a blazer and a tie and all that. He looks civilized, but his behavior is like a dog. So, to ensure that the dog-like qualities are removed, to ensure that the animal qualities are removed from our personality, is spirituality. Sir, I am man, I am a girl. How do you say I have animal qualities? I have human qualities. No. We are having a human body with animal qualities. Sir, our pen product problem. Because is having culture. ಯಾಕೆಂದ್ರೆ ಅವನು ಹಿಂದಿನ ಜನ್ಮದಲ್ಲಿ ನಾಯಿ ಆಗಿದ್ದ. ಹಿಂದಿನ ಜನ್ಮದಲ್ಲಿ ನಾಯಿ ಆಗಿದ್ದ. ಅವನು ಸತ್ತ ಮೇಲೆ ಆ ನಾಯಿ ಬುದ್ಧಿ ಮನುಷ್ಯ ದೇಹಕ್ಕೆ ಬಂದಿದೆ. It is entered a human body. That is what Swami says. That is why we look civilized, but our behavior is animal. ಮೇನ್ ರೋಡ್ ಸಂಜಯ್ ನಗರಲ್ಲಿ ಹೋಗ್ತಾ ಇದ್ದೀನಿ ಗಾಡಿಯಲ್ಲಿ, ಯಾರೋ ಒಬ್ಬ ಪಾಪ ಮಿಸ್ಟೇಕ್ ಒಂದು ಜಸ್ಟ್ ಟಚ್ ಮಾಡಿದ ಗಾಡಿ ಫಿನಿಶ್. ಮಿಸ್ಟೇಕ್ ಯಾರಪ್ಪ ನಿಮಗೆ ಲೈಸೆನ್ಸ್ ಕೊಟ್ಟಿದ್ರು ಅಂತ ಕೇಳಿದ್ರು. ಅಲ್ಲಿಂದ ಶುರು ಮಾಡಿ ಆಫ್ಟರ್ ಏನಾಗಿಲ್ಲ, ಗಾಡಿಗೆ ಏನಾಗಿಲ್ಲ, ಬಟ್ ಯು ಆಲ್ ಯುವರ್ ಅನಿಮಲ್ ಕ್ವಾಲಿಟೀಸ್ ಕಮ್ಸ್. Why? Because animal qualities are not gone. Human body has come. To clean animal qualities is spiritual. Is it clear, please? Is it clear? A man with spiritual outlook will always be happy. Baba says, why are you having castor oil face? Castor oil ಹಾಕ್ಕೊಂಡಿಲ್ಲ ಅವರು, ಅವ್ರ ಮುಖ ನೋಡಿದ್ರೆ castor oil face. ಏನೋ ಒಂದು as if he has sacrificed ₹1,00,000 ಇದೆ ಲಾಸ್ಟ್ ಹೊರಟೋಗಿತ್ತು ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಹೇಗಿರ್ತದೆ ಮುಖ ಹಾಗೆ ಇರ್ತದೆ. But today's youngsters, most of them, they don't see, I don't see happiness. Why? I don't know. Why? We are not spiritual. If you are spiritual, we will always be happy. If you are mixing God in our activities, we will always be happy. How? I will just show you a simple illustration of how we can be happy in life. Come here. What is your name? Avinash is very thin, no? Very thin, right? We should make him slightly healthy. No, Avinash. Don't you want make more, be more healthy and happy? Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes. So we will make him happy, right? What we should do is everything, thanks to Partha, we have got everything now. This is a glass, right? This is milk. ಹಾಲು ಕುಡಿದ್ರೆ ಹೆಲ್ತಿ ಆಗಿರ್ತಾರ. This is milk, right? And pouring this milk. No magic, huh? Don't think I'm magic. The moment you demonstrate, people think that I'm doing magic. There's nothing, no magic, only spirituality. Okay. Now this glass is milk, right? Hold this glass. Give that. Give. Right. Now drink that milk. Only one sip you will drink. How is it? Good, huh? Hey, Sule. Good, huh? Is it sweet? Then you say it's good. Tasteless, no? Correct, no? So the milk is totally tasteless. Am I right? What's it? Avinash, am I right? This don't say it is good. It is not good. So the moment you drink, it is not good and real good. ಯಾಕಂದ್ರೆ ಸಕ್ಕರೆ ಹಾಕಿಲ್ಲ ಅಲ್ವಾ? ಈಗ ಟೇಸ್ಟ್ ಮಾಡ್ಬೇಕಾದ್ರೆ ಏನು ಹಾಕಬೇಕು? ಸ್ವೀಟ್ ಅಲ್ವಾ? ಶುಗರ್ ಏನಿಲ್ವಾ? ಹೇಳ್ಬೇಕು ಸರ್, ಎಲ್ಲಂದ್ರೆ ಕಷ್ಟ ಆಗುತ್ತೆ. ಶುಗರ್ ಹಾಕ್ಲಾ? ಶುಗರ್ ಹಾಕಿದ್ರೆ ಟೇಸ್ಟ್ ಬರ್ತದಾ? I am adding sugar, okay? I am adding 1 spoon of sugar. Show it all of you. Show it all. So I am adding 1 spoon of sugar to the glass of milk, and I am now you drink. How is it? Safe? Cannot be safe because he wanted me to add sugar. I have added sugar. Avinash wanted me to add sugar. I have added 1 spoon of sugar. It should taste. You should spirit. No, come on, that is spirit. Come on, that is spirit. Now, brothers and sisters, there is a message here. What is life? Life is milk. The age of Avinash is this. Now, I have added spirituality sugar into this glass of milk. And if I don't practice spirituality, that God, that spiritual values will be there under the bottom of the glass. So when Avinash drinks the whole glass of milk, it will not be sweet. But when he reaches 70 years, after Avinash retires and goes to temple and goes to bhajans and all that, sweetness suddenly comes. Smile suddenly comes. Why? Because the sweetness he is experiencing at the end of life. But what you have to do? Start early, drive slowly, reach safely. That's what Baba says. So what you have to do is add the spirit, the spoon of God in your life early and stir it. By stirring it, what is happening? You are mixing God to your life. You are mixing God. So now, this is Avinash's life. Avinash's life. Now he is, what is your age? 16 years. Now you drink this. Don't drink full. Sip by sip. And he says, stop, you must stop. Drink. Again, drink. Stop. Now he is not 16 years. He is 25 years. Because some person is already gone. Okay, your age is 25 years. Okay, don't drink. Stop. Now he is 30 years old. He's getting married now. Okay, getting married. 30 years old, Avinash. Stop. 35 years old. Problem ಶುರು ಆಗಿದೆ because after marriage you don't know. Problem ಶುರು ಆಗುತ್ತೆ, challenges ಬರ್ತದೆ, ಅದು ಸಹಜ. No problem. But yet he is happy. Yet he is happy. Why? Why? Because he has mixed God in his life. So even if challenges comes, he can face life challenge. 50 years old. Avinash is not 16 years, 50 years old. Stop. 70 years old. Are you happy? Yes. 70 years old, he is happy. Fully fit. 85 years, 90 years. Avinash is still there. Happy and strong. happens here? What did you learn?
If you practice spirituality and connect with God, you'll be peace and equal minded.
Happy, peaceful, joyful. So, what is the secret of success? What is the secret of happiness in life? Mix God in every action of your life. Right from dawn to dusk, connect with God. If you connect with God, that is connecting with sweetness. You are mixing peace, happiness, and everything in that, and then making life happy for you as well as for others. Now, please give Avinash a big hand. Thank you. Now, Gagan is asking another question. Oh, that's really interesting, sir. But how, sir, this actually happens? Should I drink my milk every day with sugar? So I'll be happy. That's what most people will think. Oh, yeah, someone person here that we should drink milk every day with sugar to be happy. No, it's not like that. What did we learn? We learned that we should mix God in our life. How to mix God in our life? Sit in the puja room whole day? No. Two simple things you have to do. What is it? Service to society. Do service to society, your mind will become clean, you'll be happy. Do prayers every day, your mind will become clean. That's all you have to do as youngsters. Prayers every day. Every day prayers to God, asking Him for pardon for the mistakes you have done, asking Him to guide you through the day prayer. Second is, do service to society. Don't be selfish. Don't live as I, me, and mine. Don't live like that. So, service to society will give you peace. Now, that will ensure that you have spiritual quotient. I never thought spiritual. Gagan says, I never thought spirituality is so simple. I will practice. Now the time is for questions. Whatever questions you have, please you can raise your questions. We will try to answer. Do you have any questions? Finish. Any question? What will be heard?
Like if you try to practice spirituality and we are surrounded by the negative people, bad company.
Very good question. Very good question. Please give a very good example. Please I practice spirituality. I drink milk every day. I practice. Is the key? No, I just want to demonstrate. So being spiritual, I do service activities, I do bhajans, I think about God, I pray to Him, I meditate on all the spiritual practices which cleans my mind. I am doing it, but my friends are not doing it. Is that the question you can ask?
Will I be affected?
Will I be affected? Very good question. Excellent question. Yes, you will be affected to a certain extent. Because Baba says, tell me your company, I shall tell you who you are. You are as good or as bad as the company. What an intelligent question is asking. But there what you should do, Avinash, is continue to do your spiritual practice. Continue to do your spiritual practice. They will learn, they will see how peaceful you are. They will see how happy you are, and then they try to follow. ಹೇಗಪ್ಪ ಅವಿನಾಶ್ ಯಾವಾಗಲೂ ಗದ್ದಕ್ಕೆ ಆಗ್ತಾ ನೀವು ಗೋಪಾಲ ಮಾಡ್ಕೊಳ್ಳಲ್ವಾ ಹೇಗೆ ಯಾರೇ ಹೇಳಿದ್ರೆ ಸಂತೋಷವಾಗಿದ್ಯಾ ಹೇಗೆ ವಾಟ್ ಈಸ್ ದ ಸೀಕ್ರೆಟ್ ಅವರೇ ಕೇಳ್ತಾರೆ ದೆನ್ ಯು ಸೀ ಐ ಫಾಲೋ ಸ್ಪಿರಿಚುವಲ್ ಲೈಫ್ ನಾ ಯಾವ ದೇವರ ಬಗ್ಗೆ ಹೇಳ್ತಾ ಇಲ್ಲ ಯಾವುದೇ ದೇವರೇ I'm not talking about any particular God, any super power. You believe in them, you believe in it. Do meditation, do prayers, and do service to society. ಬೇರೆಗೆ ಸಹಾಯ ಮಾಡಬೇಕು ನಿಮಗೆ ಸಪೋಸಿಂಗ್ he wants to help, do it. Learn, supposing he is weak in mathematics, you are not weak enough. If you know mathematics, you teach him. That is service. That is service to society. If you do like this, then you know what happens? You will be the lotus flower in murky water. Where does the lotus flower say? There is a God no connection to the election. Okay, I'm not talking about that. I'm giving an example of lotus flower. Where is the lotus flower? In murky waters, not in clean ponds. The murky water is clean. That is why it is still. Like if you go to park and all. But normally, if you see the natural surroundings earlier about the day, that lotus flower is in dirty waters. So be like the lotus flower, though surrounded by negative people. So that negative people, that lotus flower will clean the others. Is it clear? Thank you. Please give my hand. Yes, anybody else? Any other question? Please. Quick. Can take one or two more questions.
Social media is impacting students. So how to overcome this problem? Through this, is it possible for them? Because they would have had that failure, like as you said.
Why not?
No, because they are not doing, because that totally the social media.
Huh?
You have to get the social media, come here. That's all.
They have to cut social media and come here. By social media, we're not getting anything, right? Social media is only waste of time. Sometimes, not every time. Social media also has got some positive takeaways. But here you can think, social media, the more you spend, you get addicted to it. So it must come out of it. So this summer course is a method by which we are infusing that one. Yes. Anybody else? Any more questions, please? Like, tell the question you asked. I want those kind of questions. Yes.
His spirituality is impacted outside or internal? Internal.
Yes. It is internal. Spirit is inside. You are connecting with God inside.
So you just are explaining him, you are surrounding the impact to like that.
No, he asked whether my qualities, whether others' qualities will affect us. So your being spiritual will change them. It's not affect.
So it cannot be transferable, right? It cannot be transferable.
No, it is not transferable.
Yeah,
Everybody
is
have to be individual.
Yeah, that's what. Exact the same quality, right?
See, what happens is,
No, many suppose that all over the world, I'm talking about all over the world, he is become like that one. Why not? Because every unique individual has their own powers or whatever they are having the inbuilt is not transferable. Even though I don't think they are given some energy to somebody else.
no, it is transferable in the sense.
No, it's not cannot transferable. It can exist the individual itself.
Like the complete.
So that's I am not just I'm asking that way.
You are asking question, let me answer.
Yeah, sir.
I'm answering the question. It is not transferable meaning. He says, he asked a question. If he is transformed, then others will have also impact through him. How? Looking at him, others will change. That is transformation. That is transformation. So it's one minute, let me come here. Self-transformation starts with you. You start transforming yourself. That will transform the world.
Yes, that's what. Individual have their own.
Yes.
You have to start with one.
Yes.
Thank you.
Anybody else? Ask one more question. You're getting late next. Yes, please.
Where is God? How can we see?
You are God. You are God. Nobody else is God. You are God. Think that 100 times you say, I am God, I am God, I am God, I am God. Who become God? Is it clear? Okay? God is everywhere. He is inside you also. You are God. All of us who are sitting in this hall, it's all God. Ishvara Sarva Bhutana. This is what our scriptures. Okay. Any other question you can please, there is a WhatsApp group being created. Any other question you can please put it in the WhatsApp group. We'll definitely try to answer. Okay? Thank you for your patience. Thank you very much. I also
Thank you, sir, for your enriching talk. We will be delighted if you accept a small token of our love and respect. I would like to request our district president, Narendra sir, to do the honors. Thank you once again, Professor Lalita. Do you know it is said that discipline is the stepping stone to success? Oh, where did you take that quotation from? I actually read it out. Oh, thank goodness that we have an distinguished person in our midst whose life is an epitome of discipline and success. And he is going to make us understand what these terms really mean. Before we call him on stage, it gives me great pleasure to introduce to you Dr. Rajiv Phillips. Dr. Philip is a senior professor at the Raman Research Institute, Bengaluru. He is currently serving as the coordinator for research programs in facilities and also as the head of the Department of Light and Matter Physics at the Institute. After obtaining a PhD degree from QSAT Cochin, he undertook postdoctoral research at the University of Innsbruck, Germany, and worked as a visiting scientist at PIFR Mumbai before joining Raman Research Institute as a scientist. Dr. Phillips' research focuses on laser-generated plasmas, ultra-fast spectroscopy, nanostructuring with ultra-fast laser pulses, and the non-linear optical properties of new materials. Dr. Phillips has authored several books, journals, and articles at the national and the international levels. I request you, sir, to kindly address the gathering.
Good morning, everyone. First of all, I'd like to thank the organizers and in particular Nina for inviting me here to give you a talk on discipline and success, right? In fact, both of my sons were students in actually school. So it requested me for this. I said I am very happy to come. Talk to you briefly on this. So I'm a scientist by profession and not certainly the right guy. Hello, hello.
A little bit closer.
Hello, can you hear me? Hello, I think I have to keep this very close.
Yeah.
Okay, I do that. So, here today, the discourse is mostly on Indian culture and spirituality. I'm certainly not the right person to talk to you about spirituality because, as people say, there are three levels of wisdom. The first one is information, the second one is knowledge, then comes wisdom. So we are the people who dwell in the domain of knowledge. One has to transcend to wisdom to really speak about spirituality in depth. So I will be telling you some usual things in life, not transcend to any higher level, but it will be mostly about things that we face in our lives on a daily basis, both students as well as parents. There was a question about social media, I touched upon that also. Well, briefly I will be telling you how a successful life can be carved out of a disciplined life. So, we have to cultivate discipline in our lives. So, what is the need for discipline? Why should we be disciplined? Particularly when we are seeing all around us, a lot of people without any discipline. And it is possible to live without having any discipline. All that is possible. So, why should we be disciplined? We have to understand that discipline and success are a symbiotic pair. There is a relationship between the two. Do you know what's the meaning of symbiosis? There's a university by the name of symbiosis. Maybe that people might know, but how many of you really know the meaning of the word symbiosis? Symbiosis means a coexistence where both parties benefit mutually. That is symbiosis. That's the meaning of the word symbiosis. Now, one example is that of a tree. The tree has roots. The roots support the tree. The tree also has branches and leaves. The energy for the tree comes from photosynthesis, which is done by the leaves. So this is symbiosis. The leaves they generate energy for the tree to survive. That allows the roots to grow, and the roots will support the tree. So this symbiosis between discipline and success exists. If you are not disciplined, the chances of your becoming successful in life is very, very low. I won't say zero. There are a few cases where very undisciplined people have become successful in a certain sense, but that is not the example we have to follow. Because maybe out of 1 lakh people, one will become successful like that. Then again, there's a question of the definition of success. What do you mean by success? That also is there. So that is not the example to follow. Here, discipline is the foundation to achieve your goals. So first of all, you need to have some goals in your life. Why are we living? This question we have to ask ourselves. We are in this world not because we decided to be here. We happened, right? We just happened. From a physicist or from a biologist point of view, we just happened to be in this world. That being a fact, what can we do? We can set goals. Because we need to have a fulfilled life. We don't want to end up in tragedy. We don't want to leave this world in agony, right? We can have a good life, on which we should have some goals. And these goals should be in such a way that we have to be useful to the society. So that's why we have to set our goals. For that, discipline is fundamentally important. Success is the reward of your discipline. If you are disciplined, chances are very high because as a physicist, I have to talk in terms of probabilities, right? If you are disciplined, the probability of your becoming successful is very, very high. Discipline is the pillar of achievement. At its core, discipline embodies self-control, consistency, and adherence to a set of principles or routines. So that's why the first thing that comes to your mind, for the students in particular, when somebody says you have to be disciplined, what you understand is that you have to go to your classes regularly, you have to respect your parents, you have to follow what your teacher is taking. So you have to have a structured life. That is what is meant by discipline. So you can see there, you need to have focus, you need to have structure, you need to have discipline. So they are all kind of, they go together, they all go hand in hand. And that leads to success in your life. It could be, discipline could be in the form of the rigor of daily habits. I'll come to that later. I'll come to many of these points later in some detail. It could be about the resilience in the face of adverse situations. You know that life is not always happy, right? God did not make us in such a way as to have a happy life from the very beginning to the very end. Is there anybody in this hall who have only happiness since your birth? I don't think even one person will be there. You take thousands of people. You cannot find a single person who was happy all through life. That's the way life is. There are all sorts of situations. Sometimes you are extremely happy, sometimes you are extremely sad, sometimes you are happy, sometimes you are sad. Sometimes you are mentioned. Now, resilience in the face of adversity, that is also an aspect of discipline. If you are disciplined, like a soldier, for example, the soldiers who protect our country. If you are a soldier, you are naturally disciplined, you are taught, you are trained to be. And they face adversities and they stand against those adversities because well, they were trained for it. So the discipline that we have in our lives will enable us to face these adversities, whatever it is. It could be many things. In this era and time, adversity can come to you in various forms, in various ways. But we should stand against it. You should fight against it, and we should win it. So discipline helps you in that. Now, it empowers people to stay committed to their goals because you have set a goal. And then you have to be committed to it. It could be short-term goal, it could be long-term goal. For the long-term goal, commitment is absolutely important. Discipline keeps you committed. It fosters a sense of responsibility, sense of accountability, and determination. What is a sense of responsibility? If I am in a certain position, I have a job description, let us say. So when I am in some job, nobody might give you a job description except in private companies. In government, I don't think it, I never got a job description by the way. But then I knew what I was supposed to do. This was verbally told to me by the director of the institute when I joined the National Research Institute year 2000. That's almost 24 years back. But there was nothing in mind. Well, I should say that I kept my word and I could do what he asked me to do and maybe I went a little beyond. So that is the sense of responsibility. Because we are taking government money. This is the taxpayers' money. And whoever takes it in the form of a salary or in any other form has a responsibility to the society at large. Then accountability. That is also very important. You have to be accountable. Sometimes you are in a position you don't really need to be accountable to anybody. This is particularly true for those people who are at the highest levels of or who are very close to retirement and all that. You could be the director of an institute. You are not really responsible or accountable at every level to the government. There is no freedom for it. So that accountability, this has to come from inside. So that inner knowledge or inner wisdom should guide you to be an accountable and a responsible and a determined person. Now about discipline. I don't really have to show you this. I'm sure that many of you already know and most of you might be following this, but if anybody is not following, look at this boy or girl who follows a daily timetable. To read it very quickly, wake up, get ready for school, breakfast, brief prayers in the school bus, if there is a school bus, or with your bicycle, whatever, you go to school. Lunch break, reaching school, classes, lunch break, then again classes, you return to the school, you may have some snacks at home, your mother is waiting for you. Then some social media, I'll come to this, not excessive, very, very important. Then physical games, gym, this is also important. Now many kids are rooted to their mobile phones and laptops. No physical activity. Many children lack vitamin D because you don't see the sun. Okay? So physical games, gym, your friends, this is important. You can have prayers, dinner, then studies. Usually I think one should be able to study 2 to 3 hours depending on your talent, your capacity. Then you can go to bed. So this is a kind of a timetable which people can follow. I would say it is better to follow a timetable like this. And if you find it difficult to follow the timetable every day in the same form, you can have changes. You can have one timetable for Monday, another one for Tuesday. And maybe on Sundays, you can have no timetable. Okay? So that gives you sufficient relaxation so that you don't feel stressed by your timetable. That's also very important. It should not be imposed or by your teachers. You can't have the discipline to form your own thinking, right? Remember, if you are a disciplined person, challenges in life can turn out to be opportunities. It is a compass guiding one's actions, ensuring alignment towards long-term goals. What are long-term goals? We will discuss soon. Disciplined people have the ability to embrace challenges as opportunities for growth. So, I will give you an example of the boy. He's my friend. All my examples are real life examples, okay? I had a friend who did BSc in the same college. I was in physics. We went together for 3 degrees. In those days, it was a 3 degree, not +2, like the university here. I'm from Kerala. So, in the 3 degree class, we went together. So, I went for physics, he joined chemistry. By some misfortune, this boy, he was very bright, but he could not score sufficient marks at the BSc level to go for MSc. So some of his friends like us, we managed to get admission for MSc because we had better marks compared to him, but the poor boy had no chance. Because in those days, we didn't have much self-financed colleges or anything. Particularly in Kerala, there was nothing. So only through very few limited seats, we would get to a master's school. So he thought, what can I do? He realized that he had an interest in commerce. From the very beginning, even though his parents channeled him to science. Then he decided to join a chartered accountancy course. He did that very well. You know, it's complete change from chemistry, okay? Now, he is a very successful practicing chartered accountant in Dubai. And in fact, he also bought a house here in Bengaluru just because he wanted to send 3 of his children to the Canadian International School for some reason. Actually, they all went to Canada after that. So, see, this is, remember, I'm telling you only about physical success in this world. I will not go into higher forms of knowledge or wisdom. Please forgive me for that. So, this is one way you can channel a failure into an opportunity to become even more successful. So, last time when he came to Bangalore, he told me, Reggie, if I had not to an MSc in chemistry, maybe I would have been a college lecturer or professor, but they wouldn't have gone beyond that. Now he also has his own pharmaceutical company. So you are disciplined, your disciplined endeavors are going to make you successful. And that's a natural consequence. And you need strategic planning for it. It is not just enough that you are disciplined. Okay. By discipline, people might be following a routine, following some principles. That alone is not going to make you successful. You have to have long-term plans for your life. Here there are parents and also students. So I'll be talking for both groups. So you in this picture you can see it's a circular thing. Okay? Assess, that's the first thing. Assess yourself. Your own students. Now you have, by now I'm sure, you know which are the subjects that you like well, which are the subjects you don't like so well. So maybe you have an idea in which direction I should be. What should be my future? What should be my career? Probably you have an idea about. So making that assessment is the first thing. Know yourself. Know who I am, what I am capable of. Understand what I am not capable of. That is also important. I know a couple, husband and wife, great singers. They had a daughter. They wanted to make the daughter also a singer. Of course, the daughter is studying very well in the school. So she will be professionally something else. But they also wanted her to be a singer. Unfortunately, This girl had no talent for singing. But the parents forced her, sent her by force to a teacher and trained her for 5 years to sing. And eventually she was forced to perform on the stage. The first performance, I forget the name. In Malayalam we say Arangetam, in Kannada, what is it? Renga it was pathetic. She did that, but it was pathetic. Now, what I have to tell the parents or something here is that don't force your children to do things. We may have, I'm also a parent. We may have great aspirations, great dreams for our children. But what must it may not work for them. First of all, assess your children. Understand what they are capable of. Then channel them in those directions so that they can excel. They can excel in the career that they choose. This is very, very important. So, what are the parts of components of strategic planning? So, identify the child's strengths and weaknesses. In the sport of course, a born artist will become an electronics engineer, for example. Because every failures in their career, nobody will appreciate them. Even peers, they won't be respected. Okay? Secondly, planning the education. When you have a child, you have to plan the education. This starts from the kindergarten, right? I don't really have to tell you. We all know how difficult it is to get admission to some schools in Bangalore, right? One school near my institute. So they open on a particular day, there are many forms. And you have to go there in the previous night and stand the queue there from 10 p.m. or something up to morning 8 o'clock for the queue to come and open the gate so that you can go into their rooms. So there are schools like that. Now, is it all worth the trouble? You might wonder. But I would say from my own experience, we have great teachers like Rama. Send your children to the good schools, to the right schools. This is very important because school is the foundation. It is not college, it is not the university. Foundation is school. And we all know that our children respect their teachers more than us. They will pay attention to what the teachers think. Once I tried to correct my son on his English, and he said, no, Papa. Teacher told me this is the way. So this adds more responsibility to the teacher also. Teachers have to understand that the children whom they teach, they trust you more than their own parents. Okay? That is an added responsibility to the students. So the school is very important. That gives you the foundation. Then after that, planning a career. What should be a career for your career, whatever it is, should give you sufficient income and job satisfaction. This is important. Otherwise, you are not successful in your career. Then, planning your family life. So, remember the children, in all these places, your parents will be with you. Sometimes your grandparents will be with you. You have to respect them. You have to understand that they have much more life experience than you. Okay? So when you choose your spouse, you have to really pay attention to what your parents are. Okay? Then you have children, that's your own family. But you have your siblings, you have your parents, you have your grandparents, everybody's there. Planning retirement. So you might wonder why this guy has come here and telling us school children about planning retirement. Look, this is a long-term planning. This is not short-term planning. The short-term planning can be like, can I get maximum marks in the math examination tomorrow? How should I work for it? This is short-term planning. What is long-term planning? Long-term planning includes having a life which is as sweet as what Sundar Sir has said. You know, the sweetness of life should be there up to the last breath of yours. That means money. So therefore, you have to plan retirement. What is retirement? Once you are by that time, like 60 years is approximately the time for retirement. By the time, for most of the parents, now here is a set of parents, here is a set of children. You guys also retire, let's say another 40 years, 45 years, okay, you are of different age groups. You should have enough so that you have sufficient means to survive even after retirement. Because retirement will immediately reduce your position, your income, everything. Have you planned for it? That money has to be there. And we have to accept the facts. Lots of people, Sundar Sir gave a very good example of the doctor's son who is in the US, who is not coming back. Now, this exodus is happening at a high rate. It has been there, it is still happening. If you go to the US consulate in Japan, you can see the length of the queue. If you want to get an American visa now, if it is for a visit, you are not going to get it in 1 year's time. Queue is so much. Only students get visas fast. Student visas. It's a fact that from our country, many young children are going to the US and other countries, to Europe, to some East Asian countries like Japan, Singapore, they're all going. In reality, all of these people are not going to come back. Many of them will stay back there. So, if they don't come back, if they decide to Google Pay your neighbor, is that sufficient for us? It may not be sufficient. But is that a reality? Google Pay is a reality. Okay? So, in Kerala, we have now this business of retirement homes. They are not very good assisted living, old age homes, retirement homes, beautiful names, everything is there. What I need to tell you, what I want to tell you is, be prepared for everything, okay? Just be prepared. We don't know what is God's plan for us is. Do we know? We don't. Do we know what is this plan for us today afternoon? We don't. That's why I'm saying, be prepared for any eventuality. That is one mark of success. Achievements can be in different domains. First of all, professional achievement. Achieve heights in your profession so that you earn respect from your peers. You can earn respect in many ways. How do you earn respect? Think about your own sphere of your friends, your acquaintances. You will be immediately able to remember a few names who have earned respect. And you will also be able to find some names who are trying to get respect, but you don't give them respect. Isn't it? All such. So to earn respect, trust is at the center of all that. You should be a sincere, a loyal person to the sphere in which you work. You should be a reliable person, you should be a committed person, you should have integrity, you should have competence, you should have consistency. Today's friend, tomorrow's enemy. If you are a person like that, you will not earn any respect from the rest of you. So professional achievement and earning respect is very important in your career. So the children have to understand this. Next. Financial achievements. We should also have financial goals. So, money is required, right? What is money required for? I've written there. There are various requirements, right? These include, you may want to have your own house, okay? It is not necessary that you get your parents' house unless you are a single child. Okay? You may have to get your own house. You may have to bear the expenses for your child, particularly if the child goes to parents. In India, it is relatively cheaper, but there is a control. It can be much more than what we pay. So, definitely, those expenses, you may have to earn, right? You may need very important medical expenses. This is actually what kills people nowadays. Medical expenses for the elders, or for anybody for that matter, is huge unless you are protected properly by insurance and all that. Or unless you are against for that. You really need money for this. So as I told you before, I am just telling you some ground realities. Okay. So that planning, all this planning is required for your life to have a successful life. As an example, let me tell you some students who have started SIP investments in mutual funds. You know what is SIP? SIP is systematic investment plan. The student gets a small amount of fellowship. We're talking about research students. They get some fellowship. So they decided to put a certain amount into SIP. Okay, 100 rupees, 200 rupees. Now you have studied compound interest, right, in school. Just check the power of compounding in the internet. If you start at a very young age, have some financial discipline like this. You can actually substantially make a good sum by the time you are old. Remember these things. Even parents can encourage their children to do this because it is absolutely essential that you have financial discipline in your life. Remember, you are not making money for yourself. I will come to that later. We have to have goals in our lives which will benefit the society. You can use the money for the benefit of the society. While you take care of yourself, you can use the money for the benefit of the society as well. There are ways to do it. Now, personal achievements. Family achievements. Look at this happy family. So, there is the father, there is the mother, then grandparents. This is from the perspective of the kids, the children. Their parents are there, the siblings are there, grandparents are there. It's a happy family. To make a happy family, dear children, pay attention to what your parents tell you. Pay attention to what learned people tell you. When you choose a wife or a husband, the decision has to be very wise. Otherwise, you are going to suffer for the entire life. Okay, remember this? So that's how you have to make a happy family. This is in your hands. Remember that. Next. Now, realizing your aspirations in various ways. Let's say you have a long-term goal, but you may not have the means to realize it. Now, this is the example again of two real examples. There were two people, two different people, who wanted to become pilots. They were happy to become pilots. It's the happiness of flying. Okay? Now, the first guy was actually a fisherman from Kerala, whose father actually used to go to the Arabian Sea and do fishing for every day. And to get a pilot's license, you need money, right? He didn't have the money. But somehow, some good people came to know about it. And they helped him pay for the flying academy. Eventually, he became a pilot in Air India. So he fulfilled his long-term ambition, even though he came from a very poor background. Now, the other boy was not so poor. He told his parents, I want to become a pilot. Parents didn't like that idea much. So the parents said, well, pilot is actually basically a driver, you know. So you want to be a driver of the plane? Maybe you can fly. Why don't you think about flying your own plane? Okay, you want to fly. That's why you are saying that you want to become a pilot. You become a businessman because we know you have the acumen to become a good business. We know you are our son. He paid attention to that advice. He became a very successful businessman. Then he bought a plane and he also hired a pilot. Now, usually the pilot flies the plane. And sometimes he feels like flying the plane. He has a pilot's license. Then he flies. So look at these two ways. There are two ways in which the aspirations were realized. The first guy is